What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to share with you what I consider to be the best 10 fighting games on the PlayStation 2 that you should be emulating. If you need help setting up the PlayStation 2 emulator PCSX2, there is a link to my setup guide in the description below. So I'm going to kick things off with Virtua Fighter 4, released on PS2 in 2002. Now let me start off by saying this was a really good looking game on the PS2, and you can tell it was pushing the system back then. But not only did the game look great, it had a deep combat system that requires you to have precise timing when pulling off moves. Now, of course, fighting games are always best played with a friend, but even the AI in this game was really good and challenging, so getting a win always felt good. You have a total of 13 fighters to choose from, and they all have their own unique martial art style. We don't get Virtua Fighter games anymore, so if you want to experience them, then I suggest start here with 4. Next, at number 9 is Guilty Gear X2, released in the US on PlayStation 2 in 2003. Now, I love the style, look, and the feel of this game mixed with its unique blend of fast-paced combat. You have quite a few characters to play as, and all of them are memorable with their unique designs and fighting styles. You can really tell the game has an anime-inspired art style that I really like. And just in case you have never heard of the Guilty Gear series, well, the game is set in a world where humans and bio-injured fighters known as gears clash in some epic battles. There are quite a few of these games, but I would say that Guilty Gear X2 is one of the best ones I have ever played. Coming in at number 8 is Mortal Kombat Deception, released in 2004. Now, the Mortal Kombat franchise is my favorite fighting series, but this is far from being my favorite game from this series. Before the games released on PS2, this was my favorite, and I'm not including Shaolin Monks because that was a beat 'em up game. But Deception is still a classic in my book, and it marked a significant evolution for the iconic fighting game franchise, introducing new features such as interactive environments, puzzle-based conquest mode, and the addition of chess combat and puzzle combat minigames. Building upon the success of its predecessor, Deadly Alliance, Deception offered a diverse roster of characters with all of your main guys back again, each with their own unique fighting styles and fatalities. Including some innovative gameplay modes, Deception delivered a memorable experience that appealed to both longtime fans, as myself, and newcomers alike. Number 7 is Tekken Tag Tournament, released on PS2 in 2000. Tag Tournament really stood out to me because it was different from all the Tekken games before it. It introduced a unique twist to the Tekken series by allowing players to form tag teams and switch between characters mid-battle, which I really loved. This game released early in the PS2's lifespan, but it showcased the power of the PS2 at the time with its stunning visuals and fluid gameplay. The game was super fun and had become my favorite Tekken game at the time. That was until 5 came out. There are plenty of characters to choose from, and it's really fun to mash them up together until you find a duo that really fits well with each other. It's all about the tag mechanics in Tekken Tag Tournament, and because of it, this game really shined. Number 6 is Dead or Alive 2 Hardcore, released in 2000, and it was a launch title for the PS2. It was a good fighting game to come out beside the system. Also, it has some good looking visuals at the time, but I will say the Dreamcast version looked good also. The gameplay is great, everything feels fluid, and the combat is fast paced. Hardcore was building upon the success of the original Dead or Alive 2. See, this is an enhanced version that offers new characters, new stages, and gameplay modes, providing an even more immersive experience for fans of the DOA series. So whether you were mastering the art of counterattacks or unleashing devastating combos, Dead or Alive 2 Hardcore delivered intense fighting action that will keep you on the edge of your seats. Taking the halfway spot is Soul Calibur 2, released in 2002. Now you don't get much smoother gameplay in a fighting game than Soul Calibur with its smooth combat, and nothing makes you more upset than losing by a ring out when you felt like you could have won the match. But regardless, the game is fun and looked really good at the time. You have a nice diverse roster of characters to choose from. Also, they introduced some new characters that weren't in the first game. But what was really cool was each console got one exclusive character. GameCube had Link, Xbox had Spawn, and on PlayStation 2 there is Heiichi Mishima. Now honestly, I find Link and Spawn to be much cooler, but one exclusive character didn't make this game any better or worse, because it's just a good game anyways. Also, and I can't forget that the combat in this game is weapon based, and each character has their own special weapon and fighting style, which is different from most fighting games. Taking the number 4 spot is Def Jam Fight for New York, released in 2004. This game mixed in multiple fighting styles, martial arts, kickboxing, wrestling, and street fighting, and gave those fighting styles to some of the biggest artists in hip hop at the time, such as Ludacris, Method Man, Snoop Dogg, Fat Joe, and Busta Rhymes, just to name a few. Or you can create your own custom fighter and rise through the ranks of the underground fight scene in the game's campaign, which is really good by the way. The game has deep customization options, a diverse roster of fighters, an immersive story mode, and offered a unique and compelling experience that was unlike anything else on the PlayStation 2 at the time. This is a classic. And honestly, I would really like to see a game like this today with our new artists in the game, but I don't see that ever happening. Number 3 is Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, released in 2007. Now let me get this out the way. I'm a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z, so I play all of the games for that reason anyway. But even if you are not a fan and you love a good fighter, then you will still appreciate this game. And this game really captured the essence of the beloved anime series with its fast-paced combat, extensive character roster, and epic battles that are all in 3D. You can choose from over 150 characters from the Dragon Ball Z universe, each with their own unique set of moves and abilities. Then you can go out and unleash Energy Blast as Goku or engage in high-speed aerial combat as Vegeta. But yeah, I really enjoyed this game, and I would place it right behind Dragon Ball FighterZ as one of my favorite Dragon Ball Z games of all time. And the runner-up is Marvel vs. Capcom 2 New Age of Heroes, released in 2002 on the PlayStation 2. Bringing Marvel characters together with Capcom characters is one of the best crossovers in fighting game history. The game has colorful visuals with a retro look, great tag team mechanics, putting a team of 3 vs 3, plus with all of the characters available you have endless opportunities for exciting matchups. I'm talking about Spider-Man, Wolverine, Mega Man, Ryu, and Chun-Li, just to throw out a few names. And the gameplay is really fun, but faster paced than your average fighter. So whether you are executing hyper combos with Spider-Man or unleashing devastating special moves with Ryu, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 will deliver an awesome experience that has appealed to fans of both franchises, Marvel and Capcom. And my number 1 pick is Tekken 5, released in 2005. This game is often hailed as one of the best games from the Tekken franchise, and for good reason. The game has some fluid combat mechanics, there's a diverse character roster, and stunning visuals for this time period. And at the time, it elevated the fighting game experience to new heights. Each of the characters had their own unique fighting styles and backstories, which has always been cool. There is also a story mode that's pretty good and will only take you around 2 or 3 hours to complete, depending on how good you are. But where this game will always shine is the enjoyable and addictive multiplayer modes, whether that be in arcade battle, survival, or team battle to name a few. Now to me, this game will always be a classic fighter. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And check out some more of my videos, and hopefully I will catch you in the next one. Peace.